Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Now, creation of web applications. First of all, we need to go for the setup. What are the various softwares we need to install to develop an web application? So in this, we need to go for, these are the Eclipse, recent version of Eclipse, 2022. It is 12 is the recent version, is not stable. So go with that 3. Already I forwarded software to you. And coming to Apache Tomcat server, this is Tomcat server 9.0.55. Once you start web module 4, automatically it will prompt you to install it. But don't download this Tomcat. It is not there. Directly online we will take. And coming to jar files, what are the jar files? If you want to go with servlet programming, we should go for this jar file. Earlier we used to copy servlet.api from the Tomcat installation, but we are not taking that physical installation of Tomcat, we are taking virtual directly. So we need to download this one. Already it is there in the software bundle what I shared to you. And this is for MySQL software. This is the connector is required. It is 8.3. Usually we was using 5.0 version of MySQL. Right now we are using updated version 8.30. So these are the softwares are required. Once that Eclipse is extracted and stored into some drive, from there onwards we can start this Eclipse and we can download that Tomcat. After downloading the Tomcat, we should create a web application. Later copy these 2 files that we are going to show this. Now just observe that these are the softwares and jar files we are going to use it. In next level, for this programming web application, we are going to use these 3 concepts: JSP, Servlet, and JDBC concept will be used. And when we are moving on to next web application configuration, how to configure the web application. Those are the software we have seen. Now, how to configure the web application. Now, step 1, download Eclipse zip format and download and extract to Eclipse folder, preferably on desktop location. We can do that. This is the first step. We should do that for Eclipse. Already the software bundle is there with you. And second one is start Eclipse and install Tomcat server in the same workspace. I will let you know that the steps will be with the following steps. Now click on window and show. Once you start that Eclipse, you can go for directly with window menu and go to show view and go to the servers. The server window will be projected on your screen. Once the server window projected on your screen, directly we can go for this one, add a new server. So for that new server, it will allow us to install the compatible server. Earlier we used to download the software and it was not properly, it's not compatible for us. So that this kind of version control can be done with this online servers. And moving on to, from the window, select Apache Tomcat. The window will be projected once you select that add new window. There we can select Apache Tomcat 9.0 server and click next button, and followed by it prompts the compatible version. Directly it will be shown to you 9.0.55 according to that web module 4. And this is select and create the workspace and click on download to install. So directly where the Eclipse is there, just select that same workspace so that will be installed inside it. So when you start the project, then only it will be started. Otherwise, it won't start, and your computer speed will not be reduced. Because when we start the project, then only server will be started. Otherwise, if you are installing the Apache Tomcat server physically, once you start your computer, automatically server will also be started. So that automatically workload for your computer will be increased. But at this procedure, the performance of the system will be increased and it is reduced the workload. And coming to this step 3. In this step 3, download this JavaX Servlet API 4.0.0 jar file for Servlet. Already it is there in the bundle. And one more thing is we need to download MySQL connector also for MySQL database 8.0 version. So these are the very important steps we need to get ready with all the things. Previous slide I shown that what are the softwares are required. Now how to download and how to install the Tomcat server also in this procedure. And moving on to next level, we'll come by one step. Physically I will show that. And web application configuration for testing. Once you are installed and doing everything, that configuration is completed. Now we need to test the application, right? For that, create a dynamic project by following the below steps. Like click on create dynamic web project from the project explorer. There will be a once freshly we are opening that Eclipse workspace, it will prompt it. Just click on that. It will allow you to create the project. Now here, otherwise you can go to this place also. Click file menu, new and dynamic new project. If it is not first time you are not opening that Eclipse, means already you are opened that Eclipse. So that we need to go for these steps. And dynamic web project, give the project name, web application one something, and target environment. We need to select that Apache Tomcat server. Already we have installed this previously, previous slide. And dynamic web module, it must be 4.0. If you are going for 5.0, the version will be increased like a Tomcat server 10 we have to install. So that is not compatible for that. So we are going with the standard. And click next button to go to the next window. Java configuration. What are the Java configuration? What are the Java engine we are using? So that will be allow us to select and use the default and click next button to go to the next web module we need to set. In this web module, enable generate web XML. If you are not using for what do you call something like some other configuration is there, I will let you know that. Without web XML also we can run the software, we can run the application. How to do it? Okay, so annotations concept will be used, but if you are using annotation, we need to go for the web XML. If you are not using web XML, if you are not using annotations, we can use a web XML. Now here, if you want to use annotations, web XML is not required for us. That I wanted to let you know. And adding jar files. Already we have downloaded 2 jar files. One is for MySQL, another for the what is that, servlet. These two things will be copy the downloaded jar files and paste into the library folder like web application 1, src, main, web app and web info in lib. We need to store all these files like this. So I think